right, hey. So let's start standing today. And I want you to find a place on your mat. I'm in the middle, but if you want to start from the front of your mat, that will be good. And I want you to just bring those feet to hip width distance apart. And I want you to just explore moving around in your feet, shifting your weight around. Feeling the ground beneath those feet, the balls of your feet, your toes. Whoa, maybe notice that you've maybe throw yourself off balance. And just circle. Shift your weight around in circles. And then go ahead and reverse the direction. And then left and right. And then coming back to center. Go ahead and lift the right heel up, pressing down into your big toe mound, your second, your third, your fourth, your pinky toe. Notice how I kind of shift to the right. Just really massaging that foot. My heel is lifted way up high, but of course always honor your body. Maybe take some circles on the ball of that foot in the other direction. Heel is lifted. And then slowly lower that heel all the way down. And then other side, same thing. Really press down through the ball of your foot. Feel the stretch. Left, the big toe mound, second, middle, fourth, pinky, around. And then the other direction. Shifting the weight into the feet. And then slowly coming back to center. Bring those shoulders up, back and down. Finding your mountain pose. So here we are, the air conditioning's on, so I'm going to come a little bit closer. So I really want you to draw the shoulders up, back and down. Feel the shoulder blades draw in towards one another. And then bring your heels to touch. So find those pizza slice feet. And then inhale, lift up onto the heels. Squeeze the calves together, squeeze the inner thighs together. And then exhale, slowly lower down. Again, inhale, lift up. Now I want you to find a little zip up from your pubic bone up to your belly button. So imagine you're zipping up not quite your tightest pair of pants. And then exhale, slowly lower down. Again, inhale, lift up. Just keeping those heels together. Exhale, slowly lower back down. Two more. Inhale, lift. Squeeze. Exhale, lower. And then last one. Inhale, lift up. And then exhale, lower down. Bring those arms out, elbows, you can spread those feet if that's more comfortable. Elbows are shoulder height. Inhale, press back. Press the arms back, press the wrists back, the tops of the palms of the tops of the hands towards the wall behind you. Squeeze the space between your shoulder blades. Exhale, bring the elbows together as though you're moving through mud. Inhale, slowly open back up. And then exhale, bring the elbows together. And then again, inhale, open, press, exhale, close. And then two more, inhale, open, press, exhale, close. And then last one, inhale, open, exhale, bring it together. And then slowly lower down. I'm going to step back onto my mat. Inhale your right arm up. And then reach over to the left. Allow the left fingertips to drop down the leg, slide down the leg. Inhale, bring the right arm all the way back up and over, left arm up. Inhale, reach. Exhale, allow the right fingertips to slide down the right leg. Inhale, bring the left arm all the way up and over. Clasp the hands. Inhale, lift the arms up, opening up through the chest. And then exhale, slowly lower down. Again, shoulders up, back and down. Your feet are hip width distance apart. Small zip up, inhale. And then exhale, fold forward halfway. You gotta bend your knees, bringing that torso to parallel. Head, neck is in line with your spine. Inhale, rise all the way up to standing, squeezing the glutes, engaging the legs on the way up. Inhale, and then exhale, fold forward, hinging right here at the hips. And then exhale, press and lift. Squeezing, pressing the hips forward, engaging the glutes. And then again, inhale, fold forward. And then exhale, lift and squeeze. Again, firing up those legs. Inhale, bring those hands up overhead. That ceiling's really low. Exhale, swan dive. Again, you're coming down with that nice flat back. And then allow the fingertips to drop down towards the floor. So your fingertips are down towards the floor. Bend your knees as much as you need to. Maybe bend your left knee, bend your right knee. Pedaling the feet while you're in this forward fold. Bend both of the knees. And from here, you could rest your elbows on your thighs and allow your head to drop down towards the ground. You could take opposite elbows if that's comfortable for you. And just sway from side to side. Create a little movement in the shoulders. Releasing the head down towards the ground. Shaking that head left and right. Allow the shoulders to release down towards the ground. And then slowly release the fingertips. And inhale, roll yourself all the way up to standing. One vertebra at a time. Shoulders up, back and down. Inhale those arms up. Exhale, swan dive the fingertips all the way back down towards the floor. Inhale, rise halfway. Really get the shoulders on the back. Engage the upper back, the space in between the shoulder blades. Fingertips to reach towards the arm, the wall behind you. Exhale, forward fold. Plant the hands, bend the knees. Big step back with your right foot, big step back with your left foot, finding your high plank position. Shifting your weight forward, shifting your weight into your heels. Feel that calf stretch. Maybe drop your hips over to the right. Bring them back to center. Drop your hips over to the left. Again, forward and back. Maybe circle your weight on your wrists and on your heels, and then go the other direction. And then slowly press yourself up and back, downward facing dog. So again, bend the left knee. Bend the left knee, drop the hips over to the left. Feel the nice big stretch down the right side of the body. Notice what you notice. Straighten the left knee, bend the right knee, shift the hips all the way over to the right. Back and forth, moving those hips in a way that feels comfortable for you. From here, inhale the right leg up. Open those hips up. So you want the shoulders square down towards the floor. Bend the right knee, flex the right foot. Gaze up underneath the left armpit. Can you see it? Your foot. Slowly bring that leg back to center, lower the right leg down. Inhale, left leg up, opening up, bending the left knee, flexing the left foot, shoulders square towards the floor. Gaze up underneath the right armpit. Can you see your left foot? Slowly square those hips back down towards your mat. Bring your left foot back down onto the ground. Find your downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward. Find your high plank. Exhale, slowly lower down, chaturanga, elbows in tight, lowering the knees if you need to. Tops of the feet flatten into the earth. Arms are at the chest, elbows squeeze in. Inhale, lift up. Gaze up towards the sky, finding your cobra. Draw those shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, chin to floor. Inhale, press yourself up and back. Downward facing dog. Taking any little movements you feel your body needs while hanging out here. From here, go ahead and pick your left hand up. Take hold of the outside of your right shin. So that right calf muscle. Go ahead and bend the left elbow, gently pulling on the left leg, creating a little space in between your shoulder blade and your rib cage. And then slowly relax the left hand. Left hand returns to the floor. Right hand comes to the outside of your left leg. Again, so my arm is straightened. I slightly bend the elbow. Gentle pull. Changes the stretch a little bit. And then slowly release the right hand, placing it back down on the ground, finding your downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward. Find your high plank. And then exhale, slowly lower down. Chaturanga, elbows in tight. Inhale, lift up, find your cobra. Exhale, chin to floor. Inhale, press yourself up, plank. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. So hang out here in your downward facing dog. And then slowly lower down onto those knees. Send your hips back towards your heels and find your child's pose. Slowly rise up, coming onto all fours, finding that nice tabletop position. On your inhale, go ahead and release the belly towards the floor. Scoop the heart forward, gaze up at the sky. Now while you're here, imagine you're widening through the sits bones. On your exhale, round through the back, arching your back like a Halloween cat. Inhale, release the belly back down towards the floor. Open up to the heart, gaze up. Exhale, slowly round through the spine. And then one more each way. Inhale, rotate through or move through your cat or your cow, and then move through your cat. Drawing that belly button in towards the spine. And then once you're here in cat, just kind of shift your hips back and forward, drawing that belly button in to protect the back. Maybe take some small circles. And slowly find your tabletop position. So from here, go ahead and inhale, lift the right leg up. Right leg's lifted, foot's flexed, and legs engaged. Inhale, lift your left arm up. You're lifting up out of the right shoulder, pointing the toe right down towards the ground. Gaze is down, hug everything in towards the midline. And then exhale, lower your left hand, right knee down. Inhale, left leg up. Right arm reaching through the fingertips. Pressing through the heel. Elongating that spine, finding length. And then exhale, lower down. From here, I want you to extend the right leg out. And then go ahead and bend the right knee out to the side. So you want the thigh parallel with the ground. You want your foot flexed. It may not look like that, it's close. Right? You want to feel the glutes engage. So you've got a 90 degree at the hip and hopefully a 90 degree at the knee. Just lift up out of both those shoulders, pull the belly button in. And then slowly extend the right leg behind you. Lift the left arm up. And then we're going to finish with a crunch. So big deep breath in. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, lower. So the same thing other side. So this time, left leg up. Both hands ground down through the earth, ground down into the earth. Bring the left knee out to the side. Remember, 90 degrees at the hips, 90 degrees at the knee. Foot is flexed. You're trying to get the thigh, the leg, the calf parallel with the earth. Really feel that glute fire up. Pull the belly button in. And then very slowly extend the left leg out behind you. Right arm comes out in front of you. And then I inhale and then exhale, crunch the knee and elbow underneath the body. Inhale, extend. And then exhale, lower that right hand down. Left hand down, finding your tabletop. And begin to circle your hips. Circle those hips. Nice and slow. Now, let's say you get over here to the left or the right and you find a spot. You could hang out in that spot, tiny little movements left and right, circles like you're circling around the size of a quarter or maybe a dime. And then again, of course, do that on the other side, same thing. Find that juicy spot in your glute, in the hip, and those external rotators. That feels really good. And then make sure you go and take some nice big circles in both directions. And then slowly come back to center. Curl the toes under. And then lift those knees up, lift the hips up, press the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Melting the heart through the arms. Belly towards the thighs, chest towards the knees. Allow your head to relax. Inhale, roll forward, find your plank. Nice and strong. Exhale, up and back. Downward facing dog. Again, inhale, roll forward, high plank. Exhale, up and back. Downward facing dog. One more, inhale, roll forward, high plank. exhale, up and back, downward facing dog. From here, let's step our left foot forward. Place it right there in between your hands. So you have two options here. I like this pose with my knee on the ground, but you could rise up into your crescent lunge, keeping your knee lifted. But I'm going to lower the knee, and I want you to do what works for you. Or you could start lifted and then lower. Go ahead and lunge into the front leg. Feel that nice big opening in the hip flexor. And then as you're ready, you can send your hands up towards the sky. Maybe this is too much. You could bring your hands in front of the heart. You could press the palms together, engage the arms. You could keep your hands right there on your hips. Lunging into the front leg. And then slowly lower those hands all the way down to the ground. And we're just going to walk our hands back, actually. Walk the hands back. Left toe points up. Hips shift back, getting a nice hamstring stretch. Toe points up. Now while you're here, you could shift your weight over to the right. You could walk those hands over to the left as you shift your hips left. You could stay right in the center, and you could just rotate the toes in towards the midline. You could bring the feet back and then rotate the toes out towards, away from the body. Externally rotate that toe, those toes. And then bring everything back to center. And then walk those hands forward. And we're just going to lift up into a warrior two. So you're going to lift the back knee up, open the right foot out to the side. And you can inhale, windmill those arms all the way up into your warrior two. So you want the shoulders right on top of the hips. So sometimes the phone is nice. It acts sort of as a mirror, although I do think it's really important to not have that mirror so that you can really feel this in your body. Finding that warrior, gaze out over the front middle finger. And then big deep breath in, straighten the front leg. And then exhale, begin to reach. Notice where you feel the stretch. So you're reaching, my arms are still parallel with the ground. Reach and reach and reach. And then slowly I'm going to lower the left arm down. I'm going to bring my hand to my chest. I'm going to peel the chest open and then send the right arm back up. So you want nice long line from your middle finger to your middle finger. Inhale all the way back up. Sink back down into your front leg. Bring your hands around to either side of your left foot. I want you to pivot onto the back foot and step the foot in just a little bit. So now I want both those feet forward. You might even need to heel toe your left foot back. And we're going to find pyramid. So from here, go ahead and bend that left knee a little bit if you need to. And I want you to get your shoulders on the back. So imagine you're in your forward fold and then straighten the front leg. So both feet are forward. You're starting to feel a nice stretch in the front leg. You're hinging at the thigh crease. If you want, you could lower your fingertips down. You could keep your hands on your hip, pulling the belly button in. If you had a block, you could place a block right here. And then slowly fold forward, dropping the chin down towards the knee. drawing your belly button in and up. On your inhale, rise up just a little bit. And as many steps as it takes, step your right foot in to meet the left, finding your forward fold. And then inhale, reverse, swan dive your hands all the way up. Exhale, swan dive your fingertips all the way back down. Inhale, rise halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Plant the hands, bend the knees. Find your version of plank. On your exhale, slowly lower down, chaturanga, elbows in tight, lowering the knees if you need to. And then inhale, lift up, find your cobra. Exhale, chin to floor. Inhale, make your way up and back. Downward facing dog. So remember, if you need to lower your knees for chaturanga, please lower those knees for chaturanga. If you need to skip the vinyasa and just press into downward facing dog, please do that. And if you need to just lower down into child's pose, please do that. And then slowly step your right foot forward. Place it right there in between your hands. You can shift your weight back and forth into this runner's lunge. You can keep your knee lifted, or you can lower the knee down. I prefer the knee down. And then as you're ready, you can bring your hands to your thigh. You can lunge into the thigh. Maybe you stay here the whole time. Getting a nice stretch in that hip flexor. Pulling the belly button in and up. Using your hands to maybe press the chest away from the thigh as you lunge into your front leg. Bring your hands in front of your heart, or send those hands up towards the sky. Slowly lower those hands all the way back down towards the ground. And then go ahead and shift your weight back into your hips. Walk those fingertips back nice and slow. Right toe points up. Now again, you can walk your hands over to the left and shift your weight to the left. You can walk your hands over to the right. Shift your weight right. Back to center, and you could just rotate the whole leg in. The big toe sort of inner spiral that thigh, bring it back to center, and then you can externally rotate the toe out and away, and then bring it back to center, and then slowly shift your weight forward, walk your hands forward, and we're going to find your warrior two. So lift the knee up. Open that left foot out and away from the body, or away out to the side, parallel with the ground. And then as you're ready, inhale, windshield wiper your arms. So I'm going to switch around. So you're sinking into the warrior two, gazing out over the front middle finger, finding those strong legs. The weight is evenly distributed, arms are strong. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, begin to reach and reach and reach. Reach, reach, reach. Feel that nice stretch. Drop the right arm down, left arm comes up. And again, you can peel your chest open and then send the left arm up. So imagine you're peeling this left hip back like an orange as you press the right hip forward. And then inhale all the way back up to center. Sink back down into your warrior two. Bring your hands around to either side of your right foot. And we're going to pivot onto the ball of the foot and go ahead and step that left foot forward. So you're going to find pyramid on the other side. So you may have to heel toe your right foot back. And actually, let's go ahead and rise all the way up. So your stance, both feet point forward. Make sure you're nice and comfortable. Whoa, and that you feel nice and balanced. And go and bring your hands here. Elbows point back in towards one another, so your chest is open. Inhale, and then exhale. I want you to bend right here at the thigh crease. So you're coming down with a nice flat back. Woo, wow, I feel that in the hamstring. Right? Notice where you feel it. Maybe you go no further than here. That's okay. Maybe you have a block that you can place here. Maybe you can get a little bit further. Maybe you can lower your fingertips down towards the floor. And you could maybe bend your knee just a little bit if you need to. Again, drawing the belly button in and up. And then on your inhale, kind of bend that right knee if you need to, just a little bit. Take as many steps as you need to bring your left foot in towards your right. Fold forward, nice big forward fold. And then inhale, reverse. Swan dive your hands all the way up overhead, gaze up. And then lower those hands down in front of your heart. Close your eyes. And notice how your legs feel. Slowly open those eyes. And then come to standing. So we're here in the middle of your mat, or forward, okay? And so what I want to practice today is I want you to either practice warrior three for balance or dancer. Okay, so I feel the need to, do a balancing pose. If I feel the need for a hip flexor opening, but if the hip flexor and dancer is too much, then please just begin to find your warrior three. So, right, you would hinge at the right hip, right arm is up, left arm comes down, nice long plane. So no rounding through the back, no bent right here at the hip. It's nice and long. So maybe you stay just here, but maybe you take it further down. Maybe both arms are up, maybe both arms are back, okay? So go ahead and find that if that's your pose for today. We're going to take your hand to the inner part of your ankle and then lift the right arm up. So my left hand's on my left leg. I'm starting to feel an opening. And again, grounding down through the right foot. Right knee is not locked. Inhale, and then begin to exhale. So you're kind of kicking in. I'm kicking into my hand. My arm is straight. As I hinge forward. As I hinge, I continue to kick and reach, and I'm opening up through that left hip. Gaze is forward. Kicking, reaching, finding that balance. Or you're in warrior three. Ooh, and then inhale all the way up. And then exhale. Shake that out. So, if you're doing warrior three, on the other side, find your left leg, ground down through it, and then your toes up, left arms up, and then you begin to fold. Or, whoops, hand comes to the inside of the ankle, Left arm comes up. Now, if you don't want to do warrior three, you could just do this and feel that nice stretch in the quad. You can inhale, begin to exhale right there at the thigh crease. Fold forward as you kick, kick, kick. Reach, 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 folding forward, hinging. Keep kicking. And then slowly lower down as you're ready, or you lose your balance. Of course, you get back in it, but we're going to keep moving along. So find your mountain at the front of your mat. Inhale, arms up. Maybe take a small back bend, reach those arms back, press the hips forward, lift up out of the sternum, exhale. Swan dive the fingertips all the way down. Inhale, rise halfway. Exhale, forward fold, plant the hands, bend the knees, walk, step, or jump. Finding your high plank position. Exhale, slowly lower down, chaturanga, elbows in tight. Inhale, lift your heart up, gaze up. Exhale, chin to floor, inhale, up and back. Downward facing dog. Lower down onto your knees. Cross your legs behind you. Roll over onto your bottom. And windshield wiper your legs left and right. And then go ahead and find those pizza slice feet. So those toes point up towards the sky. Sit up nice and tall. Shoulders up, back, and down. And then inhale and begin to walk the fingertips forward. You don't have to go very far to be in the stretch. And then inhale, walk those fingertips back just a little bit. And then exhale, walk the fingertips forward. Inhale back. Exhale forward. And then slowly walk those arms all the way back in. Bring your hands to either side of your legs. Bring your feet together. Flutter your butterfly wings. Inhale. Sit up nice and tall. Exhale. Hinge at the hips. Fold forward. Round through the upper back. Drop the forehead down towards the toes. Draw the belly button in and up to protect the low back. So think letter C shape with your body. Slowly inhale, roll yourself up one vertebrae at a time. Bring your legs together, bring your knees together. Windshield wiper your legs left and right. Bring the knees together, lower yourself all the way down onto your back. So, I didn't really mention it, but if you have a foam roller, or if you have a block, either one, I'll give you a couple different options. That way you can finish your practice the way you want. Go ahead and hug the knees into the chest. Rock from side to side, small circles. Go ahead and place both those feet on the floor. I want you to hug the left thigh over the right. So the thighs hug together. We're not figure four, we're hugged. And then I want you to hug the knees in. Grab the outside of the right shin and feel that stretch in your glute. Notice how that feels. You could take some small circles or rock from side to side, creating a little bit of a change in the stretch in the glutes and the hips. Again, just explore a little bit of movement here. For me, noticing that if I drop my legs a little bit further over to the right, I get deeper into that glute. If you wanted, you could explore circling your left ankle and notice how that changes things. There's so many different ways to get into that tissue. And then if you're drop slightly over to the right, release the right leg. Ooh, gosh, that feels good. And go ahead and extend both those legs out in front of you and just notice how the left leg feels all the way down to your tippy toes. And then slowly bend both those knees again. Bring the right leg across the left thigh. Go ahead and hug the thighs in. Now my hands reach around to take hold of the left shin. And feel the stretch in your glute. And again, you could take, I want you to explore the movement, the range. Like I can even move my left leg and change the stretch. If I flex my left foot and just move it from side to side, I can circle my ankle. So I want you to explore the movement in your body and notice what feels good and how you feel. Even just moving the ankle, you can feel that in your hip. Noting that we are all, it really is all one interconnected being. Like all the systems connect, everything's connected to everything. Even though there's pain in one spot, it could be coming from another or originating from another spot. So just notice what you notice here. And then slowly uncross those legs. Extend those legs out in front of you. Just let everything go. Notice how your legs feel. Bring awareness to the space between those hip bones, your belly button, and your knees. And then notice the space between the knees and your toes. And then go ahead and slowly hug those knees into your chest. Open the arms out on the floor like the letter T or any twist that you prefer. Inhale and then exhale, drop the legs over to the left as your gaze falls right. Inhale, bring everything back to center. Exhale, drop everything over to the right. Your legs over as your gaze falls left. And then very slowly bring everything back to center. Hug those knees into your chest. And then slowly place your feet on the floor. So from here, you could use your foam roller or you could use your block. Either way, what I want you to do is lift those hips up and place either the block or the foam roller underneath your sacrum. Find that spot that is that sort of sweet spot of a space on your back where there's no jamming into your back or your hips or your tailbone. And just allow the body to relax. Close your eyes. If you're on your block, you can stay here. Or you could send your left leg up and your right leg up, finding your water flow. You could also do this on your foam roller. A little more work on the foam roller because you have to keep it from rolling. With your hips elevated, go ahead and drop your knees into your chest. Give yourself a big hug. Feel the stretch across the low back. And then slowly release those legs. Lower your right leg down. Lower your left leg down. And then very slowly lift your hips up. Remove your block or your foam roller. Lower yourself all the way back down. Hug your knees in. Rock from side to side. Small circles. Hug your chin into your knees. And then slowly extend your arms out, down by your side. Extend those legs out in front of you. Close your eyes. If you want to add your foam roller here, you could go ahead and bring it parallel with the edges of your mat and lower yourself all the way down. Now this will not be quite as relaxing because you do have to do some work. But you will feel a nice heart opener. You could open your knees out to the side. You could rock from back and forth again, or you could do this after Shavasana. Just notice what you notice. My air conditioning just kicked on. body touches the ground and the ground rises to become with your body, and slowly begin to bring movement into your body. If you're on your foam roller, maybe rock from side to side. Slowly, as you're ready, roll over onto your favorite side. If you're on the foam roller, roll off the foam roller. Go ahead and hug the knees into your chest. Take any final movements you feel your body needs. And then very, very slowly press yourself all the way up to seated, finding your crisscross applesauce. So I'm gonna move this down so I'm a little bit closer to you. Oh, there's my vacuum. And I want you to take your elbows behind you. I want you to roll the shoulders up, back, and down. And I want you to drop your chin down towards your chest. And slowly roll your head over to the right shoulder. So tilt, chin up towards the sky, drop the chin down towards the right armpit, and then up, and then down, and then bring the chin back down to center, and then over to the left. And then down, and up. Maybe tiny circles here. Again, it's whatever movement feels good to you. And then roll the chin back down. Inhale up. Shoulders up, back and down. And remember, you can kind of take here, pull, lift that chin up. Over to the right, over to the left, and notice how that changes across the front side of the body. And slowly bring everything back up to center. Circles, whatever feels good. Move those arms around, palms facing down. Inhale, arms up. Bring the palms together, exhale, lower the hands down in front of the heart. Big deep breath in. Exhale. Thank you so much for practicing with me this morning. I hope your afternoon, evening, whenever you're doing it, I hope you have a great afternoon and a great day. Namaste.